Hey there YouTube friends, welcome back to my channel for another reaction video. So, like usual, I have no idea what I'm about to watch, but I'm super excited, so let's see how this goes.
What do you say we bring the boys back out? Mr. Bill Engvall.
Quite a while since I've seen any of these guys.
Mr. Jeff Foxworthy. Mr. Ron Taylor Sidewise.
Oh, that guy I've seen.
Well, look at there, boys. We got stoolmen now. You know what? It's funny. We travel all over the country, and we all been doing this for a number.
You kind of have to when you get a stool.
I never considered you a spinner. This is the same guy yesterday afternoon. We're at the Lincoln Memorial, and he said, I had no idea he was that big. And Bill said he's not even standing up.
You know, we travel all over the country doing these shows and stuff, and it's funny, being a comedian, people always come up to you and go, hey, tell me a joke. Which is weird, because nobody walks up to a plumber and says, hey, fix my toilet. So I thought it would be fun. It's, do what we do every night. Like, we finish a show, and you're jacked up from the show. You can't go to bed. So we sit around down at the bar or Waffle House or whatever, and we just tell jokes to each other. And I thought it might be fun to tell our favorite jokes tonight. All right? Yeah, just joke.
I gotta tell you, I'm dizzier than hell here. The doctor says to this feller, I got bad news and worse news. He says, oh, what's the bad news? He said, you got 24 hours to live. He says, well, what's worse news? I forgot to call you yesterday.
Oh.
All right, I got a 24-hour to live one. Guy gets up in the morning, 6 a.m., goes to the doctor. The doctor tells him he's got 24 hours to live.
I bet this is the same doctor.
Y'all want to sit next to each other?
So that night when the guy's going to bed, he tells his wife, he said, I've only got a few hours left. He said, I want to make love to you just as many times as I possibly can. And so they do it once, twice, 3 times, and then they fall asleep. Well, about 4:30 in the morning, the guy taps his wife on the shoulder. He goes, I want to make love to you one more time. And she goes, you know, that's easy for you to say, Jerry. You don't have to get up in the morning.
Oh, that's mean. That was mean.
That's good.
Ronnie, you got a joke?
Nope.
All right.
His mind's like a lazy Susan. If you'll just bear with us, it'll come back around here in just a minute.
This guy's taking flying lessons. He's talking to his buddy. He says, first day in the air, the instructor informs me he's an 8th degree black belt and a homosexual. And if I don't succumb to his sexual advances, I have to jump out of the plane. And his buddy goes, well, did you jump? And the guy goes, yeah, a little at first.
This woman goes to the doctor, says she's got a digestive tract problem, and the doctor says, well, tell me about your daily routine. She says, well, I get up at 6:15 every morning and make my family breakfast, and at 8:15 I have a bowel movement. He goes, well, let's take an x-ray and see what the problem is. So he takes an x-ray and he goes, well, there's the problem right there. You got 3 worms in you. We're going to have to operate. First worm goes, you hear that? Second one says, yes, I did. He goes, what are you going to do? He goes, well, I'm going to hide behind the heart. Other worm says, well, I'll hide behind the liver. And the third one says, I don't know about the rest of you fellas, but I'm catching you 8:15 out of here.
These are corny, but they're funny.
That's funny. All right, let me try one more here. One more here. All right.
Where's he going?
The show was running a little long for some of us.
was going to take this long, sir.
This feller goes hunting with his buddy, and he got the scope up, and he goes, "Oh, my Lord, I can see your house from here, and your wife's cheating on you with another feller." He says, "I've had it with her. Shoot her in the head and shoot him in the private parts." And he said, "I'll get that in one shot."
Oh. Oh, no.
I got him. The preacher told me that last week.
This guy's mother-in-law comes to live with him. And she's been living there for about a week, and he comes home one day, she's laid on the floor, and he calls 911, and the ambulance comes and gets her, and they take her to the hospital, and he's out in the waiting room, and the doctor comes out after a while, and the doctor said, "Well, I got some good news and some bad news." I said, "All right, well, give me the bad news first." He goes, "All right, your mother-in-law is not going to die." He said, "She's had a massive stroke." He said, "In fact, she's probably going to live 20 or 30 more years." He said, the problem is this thing has rendered her unable to speak." He said, "She just makes this horrible screeching noise like a parrot now." He said, "It's also disabled her from using her arms, and she can't feed herself." He said, "For the next 20 or 30 years, you're going to have to feed her baby food 3 times a day." He said, "Also, it's made her incontinent. You're going to have to change her diapers and clean her up every single day of your life." And the guy said, "Oh, my God." He said, "What's the good news?" And the doctor goes, "Oh, I'm just kidding with you. She died."
Oh.
It ain't right, but you laughed at it.
Mr. White?
There's a cruise ship, and there's a magician that works on the ship, and the captain had a parrot, and he liked to go to the show every night, but the parrot understood the show, and because he could talk, he would give away everything, you know. He's putting it in his sock, Brock. He put it up his sleeve, Brock. It's in his hat, Brock. And the magician just hated this bird, and one night he just snapped, and he pulled out a pistol, and he shot the bird, and the bird ducked, and the bullet hits a propane tank and blows the cruise ship to 1 billion pieces. The only survivors are the parrot and the magician, and they're floating out in the ocean on 2 little pieces of wood. And the parrot goes, "All right, I give up. Where's the damn ship?"
All right, I got a ship joke. Back in the 1800s, this wooden warship was out cruising the ocean. And the guy in the crow's nest says, "Captain, there's an enemy ship on the horizon." The captain turns to his assistant and says, "Bring me my red shirt." All right. He goes and gets his red shirt. The captain puts it on. The battle ensues. It goes all day long, and they don't lose one sailor. About 10 minutes later, the assistant comes up to the captain and says, "Hey, I got to ask you something." He says, "Before the battle started, you said, 'Bring me my red shirt.'" He goes, "Why a red shirt?" And he goes, "Because if I happened to be shot and was bleeding, the crew would not notice the blood and they would continue to fight on." He goes, "Wow, that's awesome." Next morning, the guy in the crow's nest goes, 20 enemy ships on the horizon." Captain goes, "Bring me my brown pants."
It's definitely been a while since I've seen any of these guys. I know that they were very popular for a while, but I think they all went on to do their own thing. Some went into movies, some went into TV, and I think another one went and did his own comedy show. So I know that they're not together as of right now, but when they were pretty funny. Now, I really just like how different each one of them are. I mean, they all had their own specific personas, and it seems like throughout their show they made sure that everybody kind of got their own spotlight for their personas, which is something that you really need, especially if you're going to have a multi-comedian kind of a setup. You have to be able to let each one show exactly what they do and how they do it. But what I really like is that at the end of the day, they still came together and gave you a show that just felt comfortable. I mean, not a lot of comedians are going to do their entire set and then come back at the end of the show to do a whole nother set with a whole bunch of people on the stage. And to actually have that happen here and to feel like everything is just fun, it's comfortable, to be able to laugh and just see how intimate it is just an awesome situation. Now, a lot of these jokes were seriously corny, and I think if it were somebody else telling them, it would just be very weird. Because if it were me telling these jokes, I can definitely tell that it would be very awkward and just weird. Because, I mean, I don't think I have the personality for that, but they definitely have the right personality for it. They also know how to set these jokes up so that they're actually going to be funny, and I think that's honestly the big thing here. With a lot of these jokes, you have to set it up just right, otherwise you're going to have people just kind of staring at you a little bit weird. Oh, and although I enjoyed this video, hopefully you did too. If you did, just make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons down below. Also, make sure to hit that little notification button, that way you guys know when I drop my next video. And if you get the chance, check out my Twitch stream on Wednesdays and Fridays. Just check the page for the times. Also, make sure to go and like the socials. That way, if I have any updates for this channel, which I probably will in the future, you guys will definitely be able to get that ahead of time. Well, thanks for joining me here today, everybody. Stay spicy, my friends.